Welcome to English Story School, where every story is a stepping stone to mastering English. Dive in with us as we explore captivating tales that make learning both fun and effective. Have you ever witnessed a moment when hope and innovation collide with tragedy in the blink of an eye? Imagine a space shuttle lifting off with the promise of a new frontier, only to face disaster moments later. Today, we journey back to January 28, 1986, to explore the heart wrenching story of the Challenger space shuttle disaster, a tragedy that forever changed the course of space exploration. The story begins with a nation on the brink of a new era in space travel. The Space Shuttle Challenger, one of NASA's pride and joys, was poised for a historic launch. The mission was not just about advancing space technology, it was a symbol of progress, the embodiment of dreams, and a beacon of hope for the future of space exploration. As January 28 approached, excitement built across the globe. The Challenger was scheduled to carry out a series of scientific experiments and educational outreach programs. Among the 7 astronauts on board was Krista McAuliffe, a high school teacher selected to be the first civilian to fly in space. Her inclusion was meant to inspire students and show that space exploration was not just the realm of scientists and astronauts, but also a place where ordinary people could contribute. The world was watching as the countdown to launch began. The Challenger represented a new era of space travel, with its mission to bring science and education to the forefront of public consciousness. The anticipation was electric, with everyone eager to witness the dawn of a new chapter in human spaceflight. The morning of January 28, 1986, dawned cold and clear at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The temperatures were unusually low for this time of year, a fact that would later prove crucial. As the clock ticked down to the launch time, the excitement and tension were palpable. The Challenger sat on a launch pad, its powerful engines primed for ignition. At 11:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the countdown reached zero and the Challenger roared to life. The powerful engines ignited, propelling the shuttle into the sky with a thunderous roar. For a brief moment, it seemed as if the mission would proceed smoothly, with the Challenger ascending through the sky as planned. The excitement among the thousands of spectators and the millions watching on television was overwhelming. But just 73 seconds into the flight, the unthinkable happened. The shuttle erupted in a fireball, breaking apart in midair. The Challenger, which had seemed so promising just moments before, was now a shattered wreckage falling into the Atlantic Ocean. What went wrong? How did a mission filled with hope and promise end in such a catastrophic failure? To understand the tragedy, we need to delve deeper into the chain of events and decisions that led to the disaster. The root of the disaster lay in the shuttle's solid rocket boosters. These boosters were designed with joints sealed by O-rings, rubber gaskets intended to prevent hot gases from escaping. However, engineers had raised concerns about these O-rings in the days leading up to the launch. They were worried that the unusually cold temperatures on the morning of the launch would cause the O-rings to become less flexible and fail to form a proper seal. As the Challenger launched, the cold weather had indeed affected the O-rings. The seals failed, allowing hot gases to escape. These gases caused the destruction of the external fuel tank, leading to the explosion. Investigations revealed that despite warnings from engineers, there was immense pressure to proceed with the launch, driven by schedules, political pressures, and public expectations. The decision to proceed with the launch was influenced by multiple factors, including the desire to maintain the shuttle program's schedule and avoid delays. This decision-making process became a focal point of criticism in the aftermath of the disaster. The immediate aftermath of the disaster was a scene of chaos and grief. The wreckage of the Challenger was scattered across the ocean, and recovery efforts were launched to find and identify the remains. The loss was profound. 7 brave souls had perished in the disaster. The recovery operation was a massive undertaking, involving divers, ships, and remote-operated vehicles. The task was not only to recover the wreckage, but also to piece together what had happened. The debris was examined meticulously to determine the cause of the explosion and to ensure that such a disaster would not occur again. The disaster sent shockwaves through the nation and the world. It became evident that this was not just a technical failure, but a failure of communication and decision-making within NASA. The tragedy highlighted the importance of adhering to safety protocols and addressing concerns raised by engineers and other experts. The investigation into the Challenger disaster was led by the Rogers Commission, a panel appointed by President Ronald Reagan. The commission's mission was to uncover the causes of the disaster and to recommend measures to prevent future occurrences. The findings of the Rogers Commission were damning. The investigation revealed that NASA's decision-making processes had been flawed. There was a lack of communication between engineers and decision-makers, and critical warnings had been dismissed. The Commission identified systemic issues within NASA, including inadequate safety protocols and a culture that prioritized schedule adherence over safety. The Commission's report led to significant changes within NASA. The findings prompted a comprehensive review of the Shuttle program and a re-evaluation of its procedures. The space agency undertook efforts to address the weaknesses identified in the investigation and to improve its safety measures. In the wake of the Challenger disaster, NASA implemented sweeping reforms. The space agency overhauled its safety protocols and redesigned key components of the Space Shuttle. The solid rocket boosters were redesigned to address the issues with the O-rings and to enhance the overall safety of the shuttle. NASA also established new procedures for evaluating and addressing safety concerns. The agency introduced a more rigorous process for reviewing launch decisions and ensuring that all safety issues were thoroughly examined. The changes aimed to create a culture of safety and openness, where concerns could be raised and addressed without fear of reprisal. The reforms also included improvements in communication within NASA. The agency sought to foster an environment where engineers and decision-makers could collaborate more effectively and where safety concerns could be addressed promptly. The legacy of the Challenger Space Shuttle disaster is one of both sorrow and progress. While the tragedy claimed the lives of 7 astronauts, it also led to crucial advancements in space safety and exploration. The disaster served as a catalyst for change, prompting NASA to adopt new practices and to enhance its commitment to safety. Today, the memory of the Challenger crew lives on. Their sacrifice has inspired a new generation of astronauts and engineers to strive for excellence and to prioritize safety in every endeavor. The lessons learned from the Challenger disaster continue to shape the future of space exploration, guiding efforts to ensure that tragedies like this one are not repeated. The disaster underscores the importance of learning from our mistakes and striving for continuous improvement. It serves as a powerful reminder that progress often comes at a cost and that we must remain vigilant in our pursuit of knowledge and exploration. As we reflect on the Challenger disaster, we honor the memory of those who lost their lives and recognize the courage of those who worked to rebuild and improve. The disaster is not just a historical event, but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The Challenger tragedy reminds us of the challenges and triumphs that define the human experience. It highlights the importance of perseverance, innovation, and the willingness to confront and learn from our failures. The story of the Challenger is a powerful example of how we can rise from adversity and continue to reach for the stars. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.